We're spending the week taking our little van Stan all the way from Melbourne to Canberra. It's been a journey of ups and downs, and we're determined to see as much as we can along the way, which has been eventful to say the least. That is not a leaf, that's a bone. Oh my god, that's another piece of the bone. Is it? This whole dark patch, that's ants. Everyone help me!
Stop me.
Help me.
Alright, I got it. Stand. Oh, they're all over me. We are surrounded by a pack of kangaroos, and they're very close to us. Oh, the camera.
He wants me to try some of his Vegemite scroll. Well, I figured out why my Kmart jacket was on special, you guys. It leaks at the seams.
Now this is not a letdown.
But so far, the road hasn't left us disappointed. Now, today might be a different story, but I'll let you see that for yourself. Welcome to day 5. Good morning and welcome to day 5 of our trip to Canberra. We are wrapping up at the Long Track Pantry Cafe. Great toilets in there, oh, we're parked here, okay. All right, it's time to get on the road. It's getting really hot. We are in for a scorcher, people. We are in for a scorcher, so let's see how we go today. Breakfast of champions right here. Bananas and protein bars. And on the road we go. All right, put the seatbelt on. All right, put the seatbelt buttons on. Turn this noise off. I've had enough. It didn't stop because his is... It stopped. We're locked and loaded, ready to officially hit the road now. I know I said it before, but now I really mean it.
Day 5 starts now.
Day 5. We haven't even been listening to music because we've been listening to this true crime podcast. I know that true crime is not for everyone and some people have some strong feelings about it, but this one, if you are into it, we've really been enjoying it. It's like a week by week breakdown of the case. And fun fact, back in high school, before I went off to get my degree, I actually wanted to go and work in the forensics lab. I don't know, I thought that I was obsessed with CSI, okay? And I was equally obsessed with CSI and science, and so I was like, what better job for me than to go work in the lab as a forensic scientist?
I'm so easily grossed out by things.
Yeah. Doug's like, I cannot picture you doing that. I don't know, can you picture me doing that?
No. So we just pulled up to the old Bookham Church, and this is one of those spots on the road that we thought we would just pull up to because it would make for some fun B-roll of it because the building looks so nice. However, when we pulled up here and started poking around and looking at it on Google, we realized that this church is actually accommodation. You can come and stay here. And as we wander around the freshly laid car park, we noticed at the back, it's got a really nice sort of barbecue area. And not only that, but according to Google, this is one of those places that's pet-friendly accommodation as well. So you can come here with your pet, I assume grab a room somewhere in this old church with your dog.
It doesn't look huge, but sometimes things always look like smaller outside, and then when you go in, it actually feels so much more spacious. And then it's right across a little rest area with the toilets, picnic spot, right off, like a pull-off right off the highway. So it's just feels so random, but it is a beautiful building.
It is.
So I'm glad that we came and got the footage that we wanted, but we learned a little bit more, and there's so many dogs at the rest area as well.
So many dogs. If you end up staying here, please let us know. How big is it? What are the rooms like? What is this rest area like?
Or if you already have stayed here, tell us.
Please, drop it down there in the comments.
We'll have to get a dog now so that we can come stay here.
That's a bit much. Oh, and there is a cafe right across the road from it. It's called Barney's Cafe. You never know when you need a coffee on the road.
We have made it to our next location. Welcome to the Yass River and the Yass Dam. Sorry, it's not so peaceful because the car has to stay on to charge our battery. But it is so pretty here. Look at this. You got rolling hills, the spillway, there's ducks playing in the water. Wish there was easier access to get down there because the sun is out. It is perfect cold dip weather right now. The sun is beaming on us. It's just very steep to get down there, so I don't know if we're even allowed to swim in that, but I think we're gonna throw the drone up. Check this out. There's also not much parking on the side of the street, so you just kind of have a little pull off where you can see these amazing views, and then you can go into town and stuff, which we saw there was the RV dump point. So, oh, I'm just loving these views and the little ducks sitting in the water. They're just living their best life here. It's so pretty. And there's houses sprinkled around the top, and they just have these beautiful views from their house.
So the Banjo Patterson Park has actually turned into a bit of a nice memorial for old Banjo. And the reason why is because he grew up in a town not very far from here, from 7 years old onwards, and had a ranch on that town and loved all of his horses on that town. But Banjo Patterson is the one who wrote The Man from Snowy River and Waltzing Matilda and many other great poems. And what is so cool about this park is that it's littered with his poems around the outside of it on all the stone pillars that sort of make up the fencing of the park itself.
So we're here in Yass, New South Wales, and we keep saying yes, yes. One thing that's really sticking out to me on this road trip, we thought we were going to be on these long open roads of farmland and be so far from a grocery store. There's an Aldi behind me. Like there's a bottle shop, there's a chemist. Like we have not felt like, oh, we better stock up because there's not gonna be this in the next town. We haven't had that feeling, and I just did not expect it. I know I talked about this before, but it's just been really surprising that all these little small towns have so much available. And I feel like we've gone places that are closer to home that have felt more like out in the middle of nowhere than all these towns on this road trip. It's been really cool because we have so many resources to plug into, you know, parks, picnic areas with water fill-ups and toilets and dump points. I feel like we've been spoiled on this trip, and Yass has been no different to that. It looks like the railway is closed today. I don't know, there's a lot of people parked out here, but the gate says closed though. It's run by volunteers, so I think with these kind of things, it's kind of like when they have the staff to run these things, but it would have been cool to see it running. We want to do a whole train series. I don't know if we talked too much about this, but we want to do like a whole train series around Victoria. I think it would be really fun to do. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Listen, I know I just was bragging about how many resources we've had on this trip. This is the first time that we're really coming across a sticky situation where it's really hot. We want to find something to do to cool down, maybe find a swimming spot, a brewery, winery, cidery, something to cool down, chill out for a couple of hours, because there is not much to do around here. There's some historic spots, there's lots of little playgrounds and stuff, but we just want something that's going to be a vibe that we can just hang out for a couple of hours while the weather is at its peak. We just want to kind of ride it out somewhere or be at a swimming hole, and we're really struggling. So the Yass River goes right through the town, but all the spots that we've seen, it's like really stagnant and reedy and not like a come jump in kind of spot. So that's our current struggle right now. We're sitting in the car trying to Google things. That's what we're in the middle of doing right now.
Gin. I found this gin distillery with a cafe, gardens, and a gallery.
Perfect.
Permanently closed.
We can't win today. Thunderbird Motel.
Macca's. It is so hot, and we are trying to find something to do. It feels like the opposite of Marysville. Like Marysville was just trashing with rain everywhere. The state was covered in a storm. Nothing was open. And this is closed. The Human Hovel track, which is a walking track, and the Kuma Cottage, which kicks off the Human Hovel track, is closed. It is already swelteringly hot. It's only 26, 27. It's meant to get up to 32, 33 degrees today. I don't know what we're going to do. Yass is not giving what it should be giving. I mean, it's got everything here, like Jamie said before. It's a great town. It's got everything here. Got a Woolies, got an Aldi, got a couple of pubs, got a few motels, got a public swimming pool. But as far as the things to do and see outside of that, well, so far it's all been closed. And we're here on a Thursday in the middle of the week. Don't know why it's closed.
We were really excited to come and check out the start of the Human Hovel track because we were thinking about tackling it one day, like walking, camping, and doing that whole adventure. So I wanted to like see it with my eyes, but I also wanted to share that with you guys. But I don't know, maybe it starts somewhere in where the cottage is as well. I don't know. We're gonna have to do more research, obviously, but yeah. I mean, it is beautiful, and I'm sure the cottage is lovely, but we're not seeing that today. But we will find somewhere to cool off today. We will. I am determined.
Found something that's open. Now this is more like it.
And right on cue, the rainstorms hit. I've done one lap, but now it's thundering. It's raining, it's raining, it's raining.
Getting a lightning warning from the lifeguards. Just broke out there. We have been hailed on. I don't know if you could tell, but that is the thunderstorm that is just passing now overhead. I hope if our vlog has shown you anything, it is just how unpredictable the Australian weather is. Today is still forecast to be just above 30 degrees. Thank you, cockatoos. Today is forecast to still be just above 30 degrees, and now that the storm cloud has passed over us, you can start to see the sun peeking over the horizon again. So we have been melted upon. Let me open you up. There we go. So we have been melted upon, hailed upon, closed down dirt fields, decided to go, you know, if it's going to be sweltering hot, we'll go to the pool. We've gone to the pool. We got hailed out of the pool. We're going to the pub. We're going to the pub. Right, guys, an executive decision has been made. We're getting another cabin for the night. It is just way too muggy to spend yet another night in that van sweating up a storm, and it is creating like perfect muggy conditions. On one side, beautiful sun. On the other side, as you can hear it now, more rain clouds are rolling in, and it looks like the weather is going to stay a consistent 30 moist degrees. So we figured this trip is all about enjoying the road trip to Canberra, seeing everything along the way, really taking our time with it. And part of enjoying it is just being able to get a good night's sleep, because mugginess in that van, no matter how many fans we start to output, it's just not fun. So we're gonna grab another cabin for the night. We're gonna go grab a pub lunch. That was part of the journey. We went down to the pub, had a look at the hotel rooms, a bit pricey for our price range. So we figure, let's cool off in a caravan park, let's cool off in a cabin, then we'll pop back in, grab some lunch, grab a pot, and just wind down from the craziness that's being thrown at us.
Time to go get something to eat.
I found the perfect seat. Jamie is thrilled.
I'm going somewhere else.
Look at this weather. Isn't it stunning? You might not believe this, but this is one quick pot in a Palmer, one lunch trip since the rainstorm. It was thundering and raining again when we went in to grab lunch, and now it's beautiful and sunny again. The weather is truly bipolar this weekend, but that's all right. We're making do. We have made it back to the Yass Caravan Park, and I think we are just going to settle in for the night in this beautiful cabin that we have gotten, eat some food, chill out, relax, before we make our final push onwards for Canberra tomorrow. That is the plan for the afternoon. Quick cabin tour. The cabin's actually got everything you need and more. It has got a working kitchen, which feels surprisingly big considering we're in such a tight space. Fridge. Got a couch, which might fold out. I don't know. Probably doesn't fold out because it's got its own little hallway section with 2 bunk beds. It's got a working air conditioner. It's got a full-size fridge. It's got a very clean, neat, tidy bathroom and a very decent sleeping quarters. So, for $120, considering that they are charging $165 at the pub and one of the standard motels here in town was charging $235, for $125, this has got everything that you need, and it actually feels incredibly spacious as well. So, big ups, the Yass Caravan Park and their cabins. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, yesterday around Yass, we got rained out of the pool and sweated out of our van, all in the same day. I don't think we shared with you, but towards the end of the day, we popped out to just grab some drinks for dinner. The temperature had worked its way back up to 30 degrees. Same day.
Oh, wild. Absolutely wild. Sorry, the composition's pissing me off.
Truly bipolar day yesterday, but I gotta say today feels like it's going to be better.
It was truly everything all at once, all day long, but it did force us to really just bunker down in Yass. We were really tempted to just leave, but we enjoyed the pub. We got to see it around. We did say that we feel like there's a missed opportunity here in Yass with the river that goes right through the suburb. We always talk about how we love cities like Bright and how they really embrace the river that runs through the suburb. But I feel like Yass should be one of those suburbs that just really embrace the riverside life. But the river really, it's really hard to access the river. And it's more like a river that you can go for a nice walk alongside. But it's just really, they're really missing like that riverside, like let's go for a swim vibe that we were looking for when it was 30 degrees. It seems like everyone just goes down to the local pool, so that's what we did. So we got to really experience that, but I do feel like there's a missed opportunity here. If they really built up their riverside vibe, I feel like it would just be 10 times more amazing.
Yeah, there's something odd about the river here. With the dam being upstream, it does limit the river flow, so it ends up with this like really slow, stagnant, swampy sort of a flow with the reeds on each side, and then you've got this amazing playground right next to the river, but again it's just reeds, there's no access. Where in places like Bright or Wagga Wagga or even Geelong, remember Geelong has
Wagga Wagga,
Wagga Wagga, however you like to say it, or even Geelong, remember Geelong has got that swimming pool set up in their big lake in the centre, you know, with the lanes and the diving boards and everything. Like
that was in Geelong.
Was that Bendigo? Bentley?
Yeah, that was
Bendigo?
there.
Yeah, there's certain cities and towns that, like Jamie was saying, they just embrace that waterside, riverside town. That really, the town exists because of the river in this area. All these big country towns exist because of the river flowing through it. It's somewhere for the town to form and grow. And Yass has just sort of pushed that to the side.
Like it's there, it's still there, but yeah. I don't know. Do we sound spoiled? Probably, but after seeing all these other, country towns that have just embraced that and just really made something of it, so far from like a beach or a bay, and they still have this really cool, like, unique water culture. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, we had a great time here in the cabin, and the lunch at the pub was so good and so needed. So all in all, a good night in Yass. But I am excited to get on the road because we have such an exciting day ahead. I'm so excited. This is probably the thing I've been most excited for on this trip. And it's finally here. It's finally here, and it's not getting to Canberra. I'm so excited. I just need to pep up my step because someone kept me up all night tossing and turning for some reason.
I had a great night's sleep.
He had a great night's sleep. I did not have a great night's sleep because someone was tossing and turning and tossing and turning and tossing and turning and kicking me in the leg and then tossing. We won't talk about it. We won't talk about it. We're going to go get some breakfast.
If you have joined us for this entire series, we are going to be wrapping it up when we finally pull into Canberra and see Canberra, which is going to be happening today for us in next week's vlog for you guys. So if you want to see all of that, plus what we're going to be getting up to just before we hit Canberra, hit that subscribe button and we will see you there. If you have made it all the way to the very end of the video, drop one of those lightning bolt thunderstorm emoji clouds down there in the comments. That is very needed for today's episode.
Or any weather, because we got all the weather. So do an umbrella, do a sun, do a cloud, do a rain. If there's hail, do hail, tsunamis. No, I'm joking. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and we hope to see you tuning in to another video soon. Bye! Bye.